Chapter 19. Now it happened in those days that there was no king in Israel, and it came about that a certain Levite was residing for a time in the remotest parts of the mountainous region of Ephraim, and finally took as his wife a concubine from Bethlehem in Judah, and his concubine began to commit fornication against him. Finally, she went away from him to the house of her father at Bethlehem in Judah, and continued there fully 4 months. Then her husband got up and went after her to speak consolingly to her, so as to bring her back. And they were with him as attendant in a couple of he asses. So she had him come into her father's house. When the father of the young woman got to see him, he at once rejoiced to meet him. Consequently, his father-in-law, the young woman's father, took hold of him, so that he continued to dwell with him 3 days. And they would eat and drink, and he would stay overnight there. And it came about on the 4th day, when they got up early in the morning as usual, he now rose to go. But the father of the young woman said to his son-in-law, "Sayest thou no harm with a bit of bread, and afterward the people may go." So they sat down, and both of them began to eat and to drink together. After which the father of the young woman said to the man, "Come on, please, and stay overnight, and let your heart feel good." When the man rose to go, his father-in-law kept begging him, so that he stayed overnight there again. When he got up early in the morning on the 5th day to go, the father of the young woman then said, "Please, take sustenance for your heart." And they lingered until the fading away of the day, and both of them kept eating. The man now rose to go, he and his concubine and his attendant. But his father-in-law, the young man's father, said to him, "Look now, the day has declined toward becoming evening. Please stay overnight. Here the day is settling down. Stay here overnight and let your heart feel good, and tomorrow you people must get up early for your journey, and you must go to your tent." However, the man did not consent to stay overnight, but he rose and got on his way, and came as far as in front of Jebus, that is to say, Jerusalem. And with him there were a couple of he asses saddled up, and his concubine and his attendant. While they were close by Jebus, as the daylight had gone down considerably, the attendant now said to his master, "Oh, come now, let us turn aside to the city of the Jebusites and stay in it overnight." His master said to him, "Let us not turn aside to a city of foreigners, who are no part of the sons of Israel, and we have to pass on as far as Gibeah." And he went on to say to his attendant, "Come, let us approach one of the places, and we will stay overnight either in Gibeah or in Ramah." So they passed along, and kept on their way, and the sun began to set upon them when near to Gibeah, which belongs to Benjamin. Consequently, they turned aside there to go and to stay overnight in Gibeah. And they proceeded to go in and sit down in the public square of the city, and there was no one approached in the morning to the house to stay overnight. Eventually, look, an old man coming from his work in the field at evening, and the man was from the mountainous region of Ephraim, and he was residing for a time in Gibeah. But the men of the place were Benjamites. When he raised his eyes, he got to see the man, the traveler, in the public square of the city. And the old man said, "Where are you going? And where do you come from?" In turn, he said to him, "We are passing along from Bethlehem in Judah to the remotest part of the mountainous region of Ephraim. That is where I am from. But I went to Bethlehem in Judah, and it is to my own house that I am going. And there is nobody taking me on into the house. And there are both straw and fodder for my ass. And I was brought in wine for using your slave girl to be attended with your servant. There is no lack of a single thing." However, the old man said, "May you have peace. Just let any lack of yours be upon me. Only do not stay overnight in the public square." With that, he brought him into his house, and threw an ash with the he-asses. Then they washed their feet, and began to eat and drink. While they were making their hearts feel good, look, the men of the city, mere good-for-nothing men, surrounded the house, shoving one another against the door. And he kept saying to the old man, the owner of the house, "Bring out the man who came into your house, that we may have intercourse with him." And then the owner of the house went on after them and said to them, "No, my brothers, do not do anything wrong, please, since this man has come into my house. Do not commit this disgraceful folly. Here are my virgin daughter and his concubine. Let me bring them out, please, and you rape them, and you could end everything in your eyes. But to this man you must not do this disgraceful, foolish thing." And the men did not want to listen to him. Since the man took hold of his concubine, and brought her forth to him outside, and he began to have intercourse with her, and kept on abusing her all night long until the morning, after which they sent her off at the ascending of the dawn. Then the woman came as it was turning to morning, and fell down at the entrance of the man's house where her master was, until daylight. Later the master rose up in the morning, and opened the doors of the house, and he went out to get on his way, and looked, the woman, his concubine, fell at the entrance of the house with her hands upon the threshold. So he said to her, "Rise up, and let us go." But there was no one answering. At that, the man took her upon the ass and rose up and went to his place. Then he entered his house, and took the slaughtering knife, and laid hold of his concubine and cut her up according to her bones, into 12 pieces, and sent her into every territory of Israel. And it occurred that everybody seeing it said, "Such a thing as this has never been brought about or been seen from the day that the sons of Israel went out of the land of Egypt down to this day. Set your hearts upon it. Take counsel and speak." Chapter 25. And Bildad the Shuhite proceeded to answer and say, "Will the shipping dreadfulness up with him? He is making fleets on his heights. Is there any number for his troops? Upon whom does his life not rise? So how can mortal man be in the right before God? Or how can one born of a woman be clean? Look, there is even the moon, and it is not bright. And the stars themselves have not proved clean in his eyes. How much less so mortal man who is a maggot, and the son of man who is a worm." Chapter 9. Oh, that my head were waters, and that my eyes were salt with tears. Then I could weep day and night for the slain ones of the daughters of my people. Oh, that I had in the wilderness a lodging place of travelers. Then I would leave my people and go away from them. For all of them are adulterers, a solemn assembly of treacherous dealers. They bend their tongues, their bow in falsehood. Not for faithfulness have they proved mighty in the land, For from badness to badness they went forth, and they ignored even me, is the utterance of Jehovah. Guard yourselves, each one against his own companion, and put your trust in no brother at all. For even every brother would positively supplant, and every companion himself would walk around as a mere slanderer. And they keep trifling each one with his companion, and they speak no truth at all. They have taught their tongue to speak falsehood. They have tired themselves out merely in doing wrong. Your sitting is in the midst of deception. Through deception they have refused to know me. It's the utterance of Jehovah. Therefore this is what Jehovah of armies has said. Here I am smelting them, and I have to examine them, because how otherwise shall I act on account of the daughter of my people? Their tongue is a slaughtering arrow. Deception is what it has spoken. With his mouthpiece is what a person keeps speaking with his own companion, but within himself he sets his bounds. Because of these things should I not hold an accounting with them, is the utterance of Jehovah. Or upon a nation that is like this should not my soul avenge itself. Over the mountains I shall raise a weeping and lamentation, and over the pasture grounds of the wilderness a dirge, for they will have been burned, so that there is no man passing through, and people actually will not hear the sound of livestock. Both the flying creature of the heavens and the beasts will have fled. They will have done. And I will make Jerusalem piles of stones, the lair of jackals, and the cities of Judah I shall make a desolate waste, without an inhabitant. Who is the man who is wise? He may understand this. Even the one to whom the mouth of Jehovah has spoken, that he may tell it. On what account should the land actually perish, be actually burned like the wilderness, without anyone passing through? Jehovah proceeded to say, on account of their leaving my law that I gave to thee before them, and because they have not obeyed my voice, and have not walked in it, but they kept on walking after the stubbornness of their heart, and after the Baal images about which their fathers had taught them. Therefore this is what Jehovah of armies, the God of Israel, has said. Here I am making them, that is his people, eat wormwood, and I will make them drink poisoned water, and I will scatter them among the nations that neither they nor their fathers have known, and I will send after them the sword, until I shall have exterminated them. This is what Jehovah of armies has said. It gave good understanding to the people, and called the dirge chanting women, that they may come, and sending unto the skilled women, that they may come, and that they may hurry and raise up over us a lamentation. May our eyes run down with tears, and our own beaming eyes trickle with waters. The voice of lamentation is what has been heard from Zion. How we have been destroyed, how much we have felt shame. But we have left the land, and they have thrown away our locusts. But hear, O you women, the word of Jehovah. May your ear take the word of his mouth. Then teach your daughters a lamentation, and each woman her companion a dirge. For death has come up to our windows. It has come into our dwelling towers, in order to cut off the child from the street, the young man from the public squares. Speak. This is what the utterance of Jehovah is. The dead bodies of mankind must also fall like manure upon the face of the field, and like a row of newly cut grain after the reaper, with no one to do the gathering of. This is what Jehovah has said. Let not the wise man brag about himself, because of his wisdom, and let not the mighty man brag about himself because of his mightiness. Let not the rich man brag about himself because of his riches, but let the one bragging about himself brag about himself because of this very thing, the having of insight, and the having of knowledge of me, that I am Jehovah, the one exercising loving kindness, justice, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I do take delight, is the utterance of Jehovah. Days are coming, and I will hold an accounting of everyone circumcised, but still in uncircumcision, upon Egypt, and upon Judah, and upon Edom, and upon the sons of Ammon, and upon Moab, and upon all those with hair kept at the temples who are dwelling in the wilderness. For all the nations are uncircumcised, and all the house of Israel are uncircumcised in heart. Chapter 25. Then the kingdom of heaven will become like 10 virgins that took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish, and 5 were discreet. For the foolish took their lamps, but took no oil with them, whereas the discreet took oil in their receptacles with their lamps. While the bridegroom was delaying, they all nodded and went to sleep. Right in the middle of the night, there arose a cry, "Here is the bridegroom! Be on your way out to meet him." Then all those virgins rose and put their lamps in order. The foolish said to the discreet, "Give us some of your oil, because our lamps are about to go out." The discreet answered with the words, "Perhaps there may not be quite enough for us and you. Give away instead to those who sell it, and buy for yourselves." While they were going off to buy, the bridegroom arrived, and the virgins that were ready went in with him to the marriage feast, and the door was shut. Afterwards, the rest of the virgins also came, saying, "Sir, sir, open to us." In answer he said, "I tell you the truth, I do not know you. Keep on the watch, therefore, because you know neither the day nor the hour. For it is just as when a man about to travel abroad summoned slaves of his and committed to them his belongings. And to one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to another 1, to each one according to his own ability when he went abroad. Immediately, the one that received the 5 talents went his way and did business with them and gained 5 more. In the same way, the one that received the 2 gained 2 more. But the one that received just 1 went on and dug in the ground and hid the silver money of his master. After a long time, the master of those slaves came and settled accounts with them. So the one that had received 5 talents came forward and brought 5 additional talents, saying, "Master, you committed 5 talents tonight, see? I gained 5 talents more." His master said to him, "Well done, good and faithful slave. You were faithful over a few things. I will appoint you over many things. Enter into the joy of your master." Next, the one that had received the 2 talents came forward and said, "Master, you committed to me 2 talents. See, I gained 2 talents more." His master said to him, "Well done, good and faithful slave. You were faithful over a few things. I will appoint you over many things. Enter into the joy of your master." Finally, the one that had received the 1 talent came forward and said, "Master, I knew you to be an exacting man, reaping where you did not sow and gathering where you did not winnow. So I grew afraid and went off and hid your talent in the ground. Here, you have what is yours." In reply, his master said to him, "Wicked and sluggish slave, you knew, did you, that I reaped where I did not sow and gathered where I did not winnow? Well, then you ought to have deposited my silver monies with the bankers, and on my arrival I will receive what is mine with interest. Therefore take away the talent from him, and give it to him that has the 10 talents. For to every one that has, more will be given, he will have abundance. But as for him that does not have, even what he has will be taken away from him. And throw the good-for-nothing slave out into the darkness outside. There is where his weeping and the gnashing of his teeth will be. When the Son of Man arrives in his glory, all the angels with him, and he will sit down on his glorious throne, and all the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate people one from another, just as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. And he will put the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on his left. Then the king will say to those on his right, Come, you who have been blessed by my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the founding of the world. For I became hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I got thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you received me hospitably. Naked, and you clothed me. I fell sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to me. Then the righteous ones will answer him with the words, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and receive you hospitably, or naked and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to you? And in reply the king will say to them, Truly I say to you, to the extent that you did it to one of the least of these my brothers, you did it to me. Then he will say in turn to those on his left, Be on your way from me, you who have been cursed, into the everlasting fire prepared for the devil and his angels. I became hungry, but you gave me nothing to eat. I got thirsty, but you gave me nothing to drink. I was a stranger, but you did not receive me hospitably. Naked, but you did not clothe me. Sick and in prison, but you did not look after me. And they also will answer with the words, Lord, when did we see you hungry, or thirsty, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister to you? And he will answer them with the words, Truly I say to you, to the extent that you did not do it to one of these least ones, you did not do it to me. And these will depart into everlasting cutting off, but the righteous ones into everlasting life.
Haggai the prophet, and Zechariah the grandson of Verbalz the prophet, prophesied to the Jews who were in Judah and in Jerusalem, in the name of the God of Israel who preserved them. It was then that Verbalz the son of Shealtiel and Jeshua the son of Jehozadak got up and started to rebuild the house of God which was in Jerusalem. With them there were God's prophets giving them aid. At that time, Barzillai the governor beyond the river, and Sheba Bozaniah, their colleagues, came. And this is what they were saying to them. Who put in all the food you to build this house and to finish this beam structure? And they said this. What are the names of the able-bodied men who are building this building? I have therefore proved to be upon the older men of the Jews. They did not stop them until the report could build the rise, and an official document concerning it was sent back. Here is a copy of the letter that Zephaniah the governor beyond the river, Sheba Bozaniah his colleagues, the lesser governors that were beyond the river, sent to derive from the king. They sent the word to him, and the writing was in his hand. To derive the king, all peace. Let it become known to the king that we went to the jurisdiction of this in Judah, the house of the great God, and it is being built with stones rolled into place, and timbers are being laid in the walls, and that work is being eagerly done. It is making progress in their hands. When we asked the older men, this is what we said to them. Put in all that's due to you to build this house and to finish this beam structure. We also ask them their names, so as to let you know that you might write the names of the able-bodied men who are at their aid. And this is the word that they gave back to us, saying, We are the servants of the God of the heavens and the earth, and we have been building the house that had been built many years before this, which the great king of Israel built and finished. However, because our fathers irritated the God of the heavens, he gave them into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, the Chaldean, and he demolished his house, and took the people into exile at Babylon. Nevertheless, in the first year of Cyrus the king of Babylon, Cyrus the king put an order through to rebuild this house of God. Also, the bowls and silver vessels of the house of God that Nebuchadnezzar had taken out of the temple, which was in Jerusalem, brought to the temple of Babylon. These Cyrus the king took out of the temple of Babylon, and he gave to Sheshbazzar, the name of the one who made them. He said to him, Take these vessels, go, deposit them in the temple that is in Jerusalem, and let the house of God be rebuilt and praised. When then Sheshbazzar came, he laid the foundations of the house of God, which is in Jerusalem. And from then until now it has been rebuilt. It has not been completed. And now if to the king it seems good, let there be an investigation in the king's house of treasures that is there in Babylon, whether it is so that when Cyrus the king an order was put through to rebuild that house of God in Jerusalem. And the decision of the king concerning this, let him send to us. Chapter 2. Now Mary had a kinsman of her husband, a man mighty in wealth, the family of Elimelech, and his name was Boaz. In time, Ruth, the Moabite woman, said to Naomi, If you go, please, to the field and glean among the ears of grain, following after whoever it is in whose eyes I may find favor. So she said to her, Go, my daughter. And then she went off, and entered and began to glean in the field behind the harvesters. Once by chance, she lighted on the tract of the field belonging to Boaz, who was of the family of Elimelech. And look, Boaz came from Bethlehem and proceeded to say to the harvesters, Jehovah be with you. And her neighbors say to him, Jehovah bless you. Subsequently, Boaz said to the young man who was set over the harvesters, To whom does this young woman belong? So the young man set over the harvesters answered and said, The young woman is the Moabitess who returned with Naomi from the field of Moab. And she said, Let me glean peas, and I shall certainly gather among the cut-off ears of grain behind the harvesters. So she entered and kept on her feet from that time in the morning until her sitting down just now in the house a little while. Later Boaz said to Ruth, You have heard, have you not, my daughter? You must go away to glean in another field. You must also not cross over from this place, and in that way you should keep close by my young women. Let your eyes be on the field that we will harvest, and you must go with them. Have I not commanded the young men not to touch you? When you are thirsty, you must also go to the vessels and drink from what the young men will draw. At that, she fell upon her face and bowed down to the earth and said to him, How is it I have found favor in your eyes, so that I am taken notice of when I reform you? Then Boaz answered and said to her, The report was fully made to me of all that you have done to your mother-in-law after the death of your husband, and how you proceeded to leave your father and your mother in the land of your relatives, and to go to a people whom you had not known formerly. May Jehovah reward the way you act, and may there come to be a perfect wage for you from Jehovah the God of Israel, under whose wings you have come to seek refuge. To which she said, Let me find favor in your eyes, my Lord, because you have comforted me, and because you have spoken reassuringly to your maidservant, although I myself may not happen to be like one of your maidservants. And Boaz proceeded to say to her at mealtime, A few cheer, and you must eat some of the bread and dip your peace in the vinegar. So she sat down beside the harvesters, and he would hold out roasted grain to her, and she would eat, so that she was satisfied, and yet had something left over.
Then she got up to be. Boaz now commanded his young men, saying, Let her be also among the cut-off ears of grain. You must not molest her. And you should also be sure to pull out some from the bundles of ears for her. And you must leave them behind that she may glean them. But you must not rebuke her. And she continued to glean in the field until the evening, after which she beat up what she had gleaned, and it came to be about an ephah of butter. Then she took it up and went into the city, and her mother-in-law got to see what she had gleaned. After that she took out what food she had left over when she had satisfied herself, and gave it to her. Her mother-in-law now said to her, Where did you glean today, and where did you work? May the one who took notice of you become blessed. So she told her mother-in-law with whom she had worked, and she went on to say, The name of the man with whom I work today is Verbalz. At that Mary said to her daughter-in-law, Blessed be he of Jehovah, who has not left his loving kindness toward the living and the dead. Mary went on to say to her, The man is related to us. He is one of our Verbalz. And Ruth the Moabitess said, He also said to me, Close by the young people in our mine is where you should eat, until they have finished the entire harvest that I have. So Mary said to Ruth, her daughter-in-law, It is better, my daughter, that you should go out with his young women, but they may not know you in another field. And she continued to keep close by the young women of Boaz, to glean until the harvest of the barley and the harvest of the wheat came to an end. And she kept on dwelling with her mother-in-law. Chapter 49. Later on, Jacob called his sons and said, Gather yourselves together, that I may tell you what will happen to you in the final part of the days. Assemble yourselves, and listen, you sons of Jacob. Yes, listen to Israel, your flock. Reuben, you are my firstborn, my vigor and the beginning of my joyous power, the excellence of dignity and the excellence of strength. With reckless license like waters, do not you excel, because you have gone up to your father's bed. At that time you profaned my lounge. He went up to it. Simeon and Levi are brothers. Instruments of violence are their slaughter weapons. Into their intimate group do not come, O my soul. With their congregation do not become united, O my disposition. Because in their anger they kill men, and in their arbitrariness they hamstrung bulls. Cursed be their anger, because it is cruel, and their fury, because it acts harshly. Let me parcel them out in Jacob, and let me scatter them in Israel. As for you, Judah, your brothers will lord you. Your hand will be on the back of the neck of your enemies. The sons of your father will prostrate themselves to you. A lion of the Judah is. From the prey by saying, you will suddenly go up. He bowed down, he stretched himself out like a lion, and like a lion, who dares rouse him? The scepter will not turn aside from Judah, neither the commander's staff from between his feet, until Shiloh comes, and to him the obedience of the peoples will belong. Tying his full-grown ass to a vine, and the descendant of his own shears to a choice vine, he will certainly wash his clothing in wine, and his garments in the blood of grapes. Dark red are his eyes for wine, and the whiteness of his teeth is kingdom. Simeon will reside by the seashore, and he will be by the shore where the ships lie anchored, and his remote side will be towards Sidon. Issachar is a strong bone ass, lying down between the two saddlebags, and he will see that the resting place is good, and that the land is pleasant, and he will bend down his shoulder to bear burdens, and he will become subject to slavish forced labor. Dan will judge his people as one of the tribes of Israel. Let Dan prove to be a servant by the roadside, a horned snake at the wayside, that bites the heels of the horse, so that its rider falls backward. I shall indeed wait for salvation from you, O Jehovah. As for Gad, a water band will raid him, but he will wait the extreme rear. Out in Asher, his bread will be fat, and he will give the dainties of a king. Naphtali is a slender hind. He is giving words of elegance. Offshoot of the fruit-bearing tree. Joseph is the offshoot of the fruit-bearing tree by the fountain that propels its branches up over a wall. But the archers kept harassing him and trotted him and kept harboring animosity against him. And yet his bow was dwelling in a permanent place, and the strength of his hands was supple. From the hands of the powerful one of Jacob, from there is the shepherd, the stone of Israel. He is from the God of your father. He will help you, and he is with you almighty. And he will bless you with the blessings of the heavens above, with the blessings of the waters you lying down below, with the blessings of the breasts and womb. The blessings of your father will indeed be superior to the blessings of the eternal mountains, to the ornaments of the indefinitely lasting hills. They will continue upon the head of Joseph, even upon the crown of the head of the one singled out from his brothers. Benjamin will keep on tearing like a wolf. In the morning he will eat the animal seeds, and at evening he will divide spoil. All these are the 12 tribes of Israel, and this is what their father spoke to them when he was blessing them. He blessed them each one according to his own blessing. After that, he commanded them and said to them, I am being gathered for my people. Bury me with my fathers in the cave that is in the field of Ephron the Hittite, and the cave that is in the field of Machpelah, that is in front of Mamre, in the land of Canaan, the field that Abraham purchased from Ephron the Hittite for the possession of a burial place. There they buried Abraham and Sarah his wife. There they buried Isaac and Rebekah his wife, and there they buried Edith. The field purchased and the cave that was in it were from the sons of Heth. Thus Jacob finished giving commands to his sons. Then he gathered his feet up onto the couch and expired, and was gathered to his people. Joshua, chapter 1. And it came about after the death of Moses, the servant of Jehovah, that Jehovah proceeded to say to Joshua, Moses, my servant, is dead. And now get up, cross this Jordan, you and all this people, into the land that I am giving to them, to the sons of Israel. Every place upon which the sole of your foot will tread, to you people I shall certainly give it, just as I promised to Moses. From the wilderness and this Lebanon to the great river, the river Euphrates, that is all the land of the Hittites, and to the great sea toward the setting of the sun, your territory will prove to be. Nobody will take a firm stand before you all the days of your life. Just as I proved to be with Moses, I shall prove to be with you. I shall neither desert you nor leave you entirely. Be courageous and strong, for you are the one who will cause this people to inherit the land that I swore to their forefathers would give to them. Only be courageous and very strong to take care to do according to all the law that Moses my servant commanded you. Do not turn aside from it to the right or to the left, in order that you may act wisely everywhere you go. This book of the law should not depart from your mouth, and you must in an undertone read in it day and night, in order that you may take care to do according to all that is written in it. So then you will make your way successful, then you will act wisely. Have I not commanded you? Be courageous and strong. Do not suffer shock or be terrified, for Jehovah your God is with you wherever you go. And Joshua proceeded to command the officers of the people, saying, pass through the midst of the camp, and command the people, saying, get provisions ready for yourselves, because 3 days from now you are crossing this Jordan to go in and take possession of the land that Jehovah your God is giving you to take possession of it. And to the Reubenites, and the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, Joshua said, let there be a remembering of the word that Moses, the servant of Jehovah, commanded you, saying, Jehovah your God is giving you rest, and has given you this land. Your wives, your little ones, and your livestock will dwell in the land that Moses has given you on this side of the Jordan. But you men will pass over in battle formation before your brothers, all the valiant mighty men, and you must help them. First, when Jehovah gives rest to your brothers, the same as to you, and they also have taken possession of the land that Jehovah your God is giving them, you must also return to the land of your holding, and take possession of it, the one that Moses, the servant of Jehovah, has given you on the side of the Jordan toward the rising of the sun. Accordingly they answered Joshua, saying, all that you have commanded us, we shall do, and wherever you may send us, we shall go. As we listen to Moses in everything, so we shall listen to you. Only may Jehovah your God prove to be with you, just as he proved to be with Moses. Any man that behaves rebelliously against your order, and does not listen to your words and all that you may command him, will be put to death. Only be courageous and strong. Chapter 2. And it came about in the month Nisan, in the 20th year of Artaxerxes the king, the wine was before him, and I as usual forgot the wine, and gave it to the king. Never had I found it to be guilty before him. For the king said to me, why is your faith moving when you yourself are not mistaken? This is nothing but a grueling of man. This I became very much afraid. Then I said to the king, let the king himself live the time indefinite. Why should not my face become gloomy when the city, the house, and the burial places of my forefathers is devastated, and its very gates have been eaten up with fire? And the king said to me, what is this that you are seeking to secure? Once I prayed to God of the heavens. After that I said to the king, if the king it does seem good, if whatsoever seems good before you, it would send me to Judah, to the city of the burial places of my forefathers, that I may go. At this the king said to me, in consult with him, beside him, how long will your journey come to be, and when will you return? So it seemed good before the king that he should send me, and I gave him the appointed time. I went on straight to the king. If to the king it does seem good, then letters be given me to the governors beyond the river, that they may let me pass till I come to Judah. Also a letter to Asaph, the keeper of the park that belongs to the king, that he may give me trees to build with timber the gates of the castle that belongs to the house, and for the wall of the city and for the house which I am to enter. So the king gave them to me, according to the good hand of God. Eventually, I
came to the governors beyond the river, and gave him the letters of the king. Moreover, the king sent to the chiefs of military force and horsemen. When Sanballat, the Horonite, and Tobiah the servant, the Ammonite, got to hear of it, then it seemed to them something very bad that a man had come to seek something good for the sons of Israel. At length they came to Jerusalem, and continued there for 3 days. And also by night his men with me. But I did not tell a man what my God was putting in my heart to Jerusalem. And there was no domestic animal with me except the domestic animal that I was riding. I proceeded to go out to the valley gate by night. And in front of the fountain of the good snake, to the gate of the ashes, I was constantly examining the walls of Jerusalem, how they were broken down, and the gates had been down quite fast. And I went passing along to the fountain gate, and to the king's pool. There was no place for the domestic animal for me to pass along. I kept on ascending to the torrent very quickly. But I kept on examining the wall, which I came back and entered by the valley gate, and walked back. The deputy rules themselves did not know what I had done and what I was doing. To the Jews and the priests and the nobles, the deputy rulers, and the rest of the doers of the work, I had not yet told anything. Finally I said to them, "You have seen the bad plight in which we are. How Jerusalem is devastated, and its gates have been burned with fire. Come, and let us rebuild the walls of Jerusalem, that we may no longer keep them with bitter reproach." I went on to tell them of the hand of my God, how it was good for me, and also of the king's word that he had kept me. This they said, "Let us get up, and we must go." So they strengthened their hands for the good work. Now when Sanballat, the Horonite, and Tobiah the servant, the Ammonite, and Geshem the Arabian heard of it, they began to divide us, and us despisingly and say, "What is this thing that you are doing? Is it against the king that you are rebelling?" However, I replied to them and said to them, "The God of the heavens is the one that will grant success, and with ourselves himself shall get up, and we must build. But you yourselves have no share, nor just claim, nor memorial to Jerusalem." Chapter 17. The pronouncement against Damascus. Look, Damascus removed from being a city, she has become a heap, a decaying ruin. The cities of Aurora that have been left behind become mere places for droves, where they actually lie down, with no one to make them happy. And the fortified city has been made to cease after Ephraim, and the kingdom of Damascus, those of Syria remaining over will become just like the glory of the sons of Israel, is the utterance of Verbalz. And it must occur in that day that the glory of Jacob will become holy, and even the fatness of his flesh will be made beneath. And it must occur that when the harvester is gathering standing grain, and its own harvest ears of grain, he will soon become like one gleaning ears of grain in the low plain of Rephaim. There must remain between the wheels of beating off of the olive tree, 2 or 3 ripe olives on the top of the branch, 4 or 5 on the fruit-bearing boughs thereof, is the utterance of Jehovah, the God of Israel. In that day, the earthling man will look up to his Maker, and his own eyes will gaze at the Holy One of Israel himself. And he will not look to the altars, the work of his hands, and at what his fingers have made he will not gaze, either at the sacred poles or at the incense burns. In that day, his fortress city will become like a place left entirely in the woodlands, even the branch that they have left entirely on account of the sons of Israel. And it must become a desolate place. For you have forgotten the God of your salvation, and the rock of your fortress you have not remembered. That is why you plant pleasant plantations, and with the fruit of a stranger you set it. But then you make carefully fence about the plantation of yours, and in the morning you will cause the seed of yours to sprout. The harvest will sort out fruit the day with the seed and incurable pain. For the promotion of many peoples, our voices up with the vocals of the sea, and for the noise of national groups who make a din just like the noise of mighty waters. National groups themselves will make a din just like the noise of many waters, and you will certainly rebuke it, and it must flee far away, and be chased like the churn of the mountains before a wind, and like a thistle whirl before a storm. At evening time, why look, there is sudden terror. Before morning, it is no more. This is the share of those prisoners, and the lot belonging to those plundering us. Chapter 10. And King Ahasuerus proceeded very full labor on the land and the isles of the sea. As for his energetic work and his mightiness, the exact statement of Mordecai's weakness, which the king magnified him, having not written the book of the affairs at the times of the kings of Media and Persia. For Mordecai was ruled second to King Ahasuerus, and was great magnitude, and approved by the multitude of his brothers, working for the good of his people, and speaking peace to all their offspring. And Jehovah continued to speak to Moses, saying, Speak to the sons of Israel, and you must say to them, I am Jehovah your God. The way the land of Egypt was, in which you dwelt, you must not do. And the way the land of Canaan does, into which I am bringing you, you must not do. And in their statutes you must not walk. My judicial decisions you should carry out, and my statutes you should keep, so as to walk in them. I am Jehovah your God, and you must keep my statutes and my judicial decisions, which if a man will do, he must also live by means of them. I am Jehovah. You people must not come near, any man of you, to any close fleshly relative of his to right their nakedness. I am Jehovah. The nakedness of your father and the nakedness of your mother, you must not lay bare. She is your mother. You must not lay bare her nakedness. The nakedness of your father's wife, you must not lay bare. It is your father's nakedness. As for the nakedness of your sister, the daughter of your father, or the daughter of your mother, whether born in the same household or born outside it, you must not lay bare their nakedness.
As for the nakedness of the daughter of your son, or the daughter of your daughter, you must not lay bare their nakedness, because they are your nakedness. As for the nakedness of the daughter of your father's wife, the offspring of your father, she being your sister, you must not lay bare her nakedness. The nakedness of your father's sister you must not lay bare. She is the blood relation of your father. The nakedness of your mother's sister you must not lay bare, because she is a blood relation of your mother. The nakedness of your father's brother you must not lay bare. You must not come near his wife. She is your aunt. The nakedness of your daughter-in-law you must not lay bare. She is your son's wife. You must not lay her nakedness bare. The nakedness of your brother's wife you must not lay bare. It is your brother's nakedness. The nakedness of the woman and her daughter you must not lay bare. The daughter of her son and the daughter of her daughter you must not take, in order to lay her nakedness bare. They are cases of blood relationship. It is misconduct. And you must not take a woman in addition to her sister as a rival to uncover her nakedness, and that is, besides her during her lifetime. And you must not come near a woman during the menstruation of her impurity to lay her nakedness bare. And you must not give your emission as semen to the wife of your associate to become unclean by it. And you must not allow the divorcing of any of your offspring to lie. You must not profane the name of your God that way. I am Jehovah. And you must not lie down with a male the same as you lie down with a woman. It is a detestable thing. You must not give your emission to any beast to become unclean by it, and a woman should not stand before a beast to have connection with it. It is a violation of what is natural. Do not make yourselves unclean by any of these things, because by all these things the nations whom I am sending out from before you have made themselves unclean. Consequently, the land is unclean, and I shall bring punishment for its error upon it, and the land will vomit its inhabitants out. And you yourselves must keep my statutes and my judicial decisions, and you must not do any of all these detestable things, whether a native or alien resident who is residing as an alien in your midst. For all these detestable things the men of the land who were before you have done, so that the land is unclean. Then the land will not vomit you out for your defiling it, the same way as it will certainly vomit the nations out who were before you. In case anyone does any of all these detestable things, that the souls doing them must be cut off from among their people, and you must keep your obligation to me, not to carry on any of the detestable customs that have been carried on before you, that you may not make yourselves unclean by them. I am Jehovah, your God. Chapter 6. Consequently, what shall we say? Shall we continue in sin, if undeserved kindness may abound? Never may that happen. Seeing that we died with reference to sin, how shall we keep on living any longer in it? Or do you not know that all of us who were baptized into Christ Jesus were baptized into his death? Therefore we were buried with him through our baptism into his death, in order that just as Christ was raised up from the dead through the glory of the Father, we also should likewise walk in a newness of life. For if we have become united with him in the likeness of his death, we shall certainly also be united with him in the likeness of his resurrection. Because we know that our old personality was impaled with him, that our sinful body might be made inactive, that we should no longer go on being slaves to sin. For he who has died has been acquitted from his sin. Moreover, if we have died with Christ, we believe that we shall also live with him. For we know that Christ, now that he has been raised up from the dead, dies no more. Death is master over him no more. For the death that he died with reference to sin, once for all time. But the life that he lives with reference to God. Likewise also you, Reckon yourselves to be dead indeed with reference to sin, but living with reference to God by Christ Jesus. Therefore, do not let sin continue to rule its seat in your mortal bodies, that you should obey their desires. Neither go on presenting your members to sin as weapons of unrighteousness, but present yourselves to God as those alive from the dead, also your members to God as weapons of righteousness. For sin must not be master of you, seeing that you are not under law, but under undeserved kindness. What follows? Shall we commit a sin because we are not under law or under undeserved kindness? Never may that happen. Do you not know that if you keep presenting yourselves to anyone as slaves to obey him, you are slaves of him because you obey him, either of sin with death in view, or of obedience with righteousness in view? Thanks to God that you were the slaves of sin, that you became obedient from the heart to that form of teaching to which you were handed over. Yes, since you were set free from sin, you became slaves to righteousness. I am speaking in human terms because of the weakness of your flesh. For even if you presented your members as slaves to uncleanness and lawlessness, with lawlessness in you, so now present your members as slaves to righteousness, with holiness in you. For when you were slaves of sin, you were free as to righteousness. What then was the fruit that you used to have at that time? Things of which you are now ashamed, for the end of those things is death. However, now, because you were set free from sin, but became slaves to God, you are having the fruit of the end holiness, and the end everlasting life. For the wages sin pays is death, but the gift God gives is everlasting life by Christ Jesus our Lord. Chapter 8. Does not wisdom, calling out, and discernment be giving forth its voice? On top of all, by the way, at the crossing of the roadway, is stationed itself. At the side of the gates, at the mouth of the town, the going in of the entrances, it keeps crying loudly. To you, O men, I am calling, and my voice is to the sons of men. O inexperienced ones, understand shrewdness, and you simple ones, understand heart. Listen, for it is about the foremost things that I speak, and the opening of my lips is about uprightness. For my palate in low tones utters truth itself, and wickedness is nothing detestable to my lips. All the sayings of my mouth are in righteousness. Among them there is nothing twisted or crooked. All of them are straight to the discerning, and upright to the ones finding knowledge. Take my discipline and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than pearls, and all other delights themselves cannot be made equal to it. I, wisdom, I have resided with shrewdness, and I find it in the knowledge of sensibilities. Fear of Jehovah means the hating of bad, self-exaltation and pride, and the bad way, and the perverse mouth I have hated. I have counsel and practical wisdom. I, understanding, I have mightiness. By me kings themselves keep reigning, and high officials themselves keep decreeing righteousness. By me princes themselves keep ruling as princes, and nobles are all judging righteousness. Those loving me, I myself love, and those looking for me are the ones that find me. Riches and glory are with me, hereditary values and righteousness. My heritage is better than gold, even the refined gold of my father's short silver. In the path of righteousness I walk, in the middle of the roadway of judgment, to crossroads loving me to take possession of substance. Their storehouses I keep filled. Jehovah himself produced me as the beginning of his way, the earliest of his achievements from long ago. From time indefinite I was installed. From the start, from times earlier than the earth. When there were no watery deeps, I was brought forth as with labor pains. When there were no springs heavily charged with water. Before the mountains themselves had been settled down, ahead of the hills, I was brought forth as with labor pains. When as yet he had not made the earth, and the open spaces, and the first part of the dust masses of the productive land. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he decreed a circle upon the face of the watery deep. When he made firm the cloud masses above. When he caused the fountains of the watery deep to be strong. When he set to the sea his decree that the waters themselves should not pass beyond his order. When he decreed the foundations of the earth. And I came to be beside him as a master worker. And I came to be the one he was especially fond of day by day. I being glad before him all the time, being glad at the productive land of his earth. And the things I was fond of were with the sons of men. And now, O sons, listen to me. Yes, happy are the ones that keep my very ways. As their witnesses become wise, and do not show any neglect. Happy is the man that is listening to me by keeping awake at my doors, day by day, by watching at the posts of my entrances. For the one finds me will certainly find life, and get goodwill from Jehovah. The one missing me is doing violence to his soul. All those intensely hating me are the ones that do love death. Chapter 6. And the sons of the prophets began to say to Elisha, Look now, the place where we are dwelling before you is too cramped for us. Let us go, please, as far as the Jordan, and take from there each one a beam, and make for ourselves there a place in which to dwell. So he said, Go. And a certain one went on to say, Come on, please, and go with your servants. And he said, I myself shall go. Accordingly, he went with them, and they finally came to the Jordan and began to cut down the trees. And it came about that a certain one was felling his beam, and the axe head itself fell into the water. And he began to cry out and say, Alas, my master, for it was borrowed. Then the man of the true God said, Where did it fall? So he showed him the place. Immediately he cut off a piece of wood, and threw it there, and made the axe head float. He now said, Lift it up for yourself. At once he thrust his hand out, and took it. And the king of Syria, for his part, became involved in war against Israel. Accordingly, he took counsel with his servants, saying, At such and such a place you will encamp with me. Then the man of the true God said to the king of Israel, saying, Guard yourself against passing by this place, because there is where the Syrians are coming down. So the king of Israel sent to the place that the man of the true God had said to him. And he warned him, and he kept away from there not once or twice. Consequently, the heart of the king of Syria became enraged over this matter, so that he called his servants and said to them, Will you not tell me who from those who belong to us is for the king of Israel? And one of his servants said, None, my lord the king. It is Elisha the prophet who is in Israel that tells the king of Israel the things that you speak in your inner bedroom. So he said, You men go and see where he is, that I may send and pick him. Later the report was made to him, saying, There he is in Dothan. Immediately he sent horses and war chariots, and a heavy military force there, and they proceeded to come by night, and closed in upon the city. When the minister of the man of the true God rose early to get up, and went out, why, there a military force was surrounding the city with horses and war chariots. At once his attendant said to him, Alas, my master, what shall we do? He said, Do not be afraid, for there are more who are with us than those who are with them. And Elisha began to pray and say, O Jehovah, open his eyes, please, that he may see. Immediately Jehovah opened the attendant's eyes, so that he saw, and looked, the mountainous region was full of horses and war chariots of fire, all around Elisha. When they began to come down to him, Elisha went on to pray to Jehovah and say, Please, strike this nation with blindness. So he struck them with blindness according to the word of Elisha. Elisha now said to them, This is not the way, and this is not the city. Follow me, and let me conduct you to the man you look for. However, he conducted them to Samaria. And it came about that as soon as they arrived in Samaria, Elisha then said, O Jehovah, open the eyes of these that they may see. Immediately Jehovah opened their eyes, and they got to see, and here they were in the middle of Samaria. The king of Israel now said to Elisha as soon as he saw them, Shall I strike them down? Shall I strike them down, my father? But he said, You must not strike them down. Are those whom you have taken captive with your sword and with your bow the one that you are striking down? Set bread and water before them, that they may eat and drink and go to their Lord. Accordingly, he spread a great feast for them, and they began to eat and drink, after which he sent them away, and they went to their Lord. And Not once did the marauding bands of the Syrians come again into the land of Israel. And it came about afterward that Ben-Hadad, the king of Syria, proceeded to collect all his camp together, and to go up and besiege Samaria. In time a great famine arose in Samaria, and look, they were besieging it until an ass's head got to be worth 80 silver pieces, and the fourth of a camp measure of dove's dung was worth 5 silver pieces. It came about as the king of Israel was passing along upon the wall, that a certain woman cried out to him, saying, "Do save, O my lord the king." And she said, "If Jehovah does not save you, from what sword shall I save you, either from the threshing floor, or from the wine or oil press?" The king went on to say to her, "What is the matter with you?" So she said, "This very woman said to me, give your son that we may eat him today, and my own son we shall eat tomorrow." Accordingly, we boiled my son and ate him. Then I said to her on the next day, "Give your son that we may eat him." But she hid her son. And it came about that as soon as the king heard the woman's words, he immediately ripped his garments apart. And as he was passing along upon the wall, the people got to see and look. Sackcloth was on his flesh. And he went on to say, "So may God do to me, and so may he add to it." The head of Elisha, the son of Shaphat, continues standing upon him today. And Elisha was sitting in his own house, and the older men were sitting with him, when he sent a man from before him. Before the messenger could come in, he himself said to the older men, "Have you seen how the son of a murderer has said to take off my head?" As soon as the messenger comes, close the door, and you must press him back with the door. Is there not the sound of the feet of his Lord behind him? While he was still speaking with them, here was the messenger coming down to him, and the king proceeded to say, "Here, this is the calamity from Jehovah. Why should I wait any longer for Jehovah?" Psalm 91. Anyone dwelling in the secret place of the Most High will procure himself lodging under the very shadow of the Almighty One. I will say to Jehovah, "You are my refuge and my stronghold, my God, in whom I will trust." For he himself will deliver you from the trap of the bird catcher, from the pestilence causing adversities. With his pinions he will block approach to you, and under his wings you will take refuge. His truths will be a large shield and bulwark. You will not be afraid of anything dreadful by night, nor of the arrow that flies by day, nor of the pestilence that walks in the gloom, nor of the destruction that despoils at midday. 1,000 will fall at your very side, and 10,000 at your right hand. To you it will not come near. Only with your eyes will you look on, and see the retribution itself of the wicked ones. Because you said, "Jehovah is my refuge," you have made the Most High himself your dwelling. No calamity will befall you, and not even a plague will draw near to your tent. For he will give his own angels a command concerning you, to guard you in all your ways. Upon their hands they will carry you, that you may not strike your foot against any stone. On the young lion and the cobra you will tread. You will trample down the lean young lion and the big snake. Because on me he has set his affection, I shall also provide him with a shield. I shall protect him because he has come to know my name. You will call upon me, and I shall answer him. I shall be with him in distress. I shall rescue him and glorify him. With length of days I shall satisfy him, and I shall cause him to see salvation on me. Psalm 117. Praise Jehovah, all you nations. Commend him, all you cleanse. For toward us his loving kindness has proved mighty, and the trueness of Jehovah is the time and death. Praise Jah. The first to the Corinthians, chapter 1. Paul, called to be an apostle of Jesus Christ through God's will, and Sosthenes our brother, to the congregation of God that is in Corinth, to you who have been sanctified in union with Christ Jesus, called to be holy ones, together with all who everywhere are calling upon the name of our Lord, Jesus Christ, their Lord, ours. You have undeserved kindness and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. I always thank God for you, in view of the undeserved kindness of God given to you in Christ Jesus, that in everything you have been enriched in Him, in full ability to speak, and in full knowledge, even as the witness about the Christ has been rendered firm among you, so that you do not fall short of any gift at all, while you are eagerly waiting for the revelation of our Lord, Jesus Christ. He will also make you firm to the end, that you may be open to no accusation in the day of our Lord Jesus Christ. God is faithful, by whom you were called into assurance of His Son, Jesus Christ, our Lord. I exhort you, brothers, through the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, that you should all speak in agreement, and that there should not be divisions among you, but that you may be fitly united in the same mind and in the same line of thought. For the disclosure was made to me about you, my brothers, by those of the house of Chloe, that distinctions exist among you. What I mean is this, that each one of you says, I belong to Apollos, but I to Apollos, but I to Cephas, but I to Christ. But Christ exists divided. Paul is not a male for you, was he? Were you baptized in the name of Paul? I am thankful I baptized none of you except Crispus and Gaius, so that no one may say that you were baptized in my name. Yes, I also baptized the household Stephanus. As for the rest, I do not know if I baptized anybody else. For Christ has sent me not to go baptizing, but to go declaring the good news, not with the wisdom of speech. For the sake of the Christ should not be made useless. For the speech about the torture state is foolishness to those who are perishing, but to us who are being saved, it is God's power. For it is written, I will make the wisdom of the wise men perish, and the intelligence of the intellectual men I will shut aside. Where is the wise man? Where is the scribe? Where the debater of this system? Did not God make the wisdom of the world foolish? For since, in the wisdom of God, the world through its wisdom did not get to know God, God saw good through the foolishness of what is preached to save those who believe. For both the Jews ask for signs, and the Greeks look for wisdom. But we preach Christ in fables, to the Jews a cause for stumbling, but to the nations foolishness. However, to those who are the called, both Jews and Greeks, Christ the power of God, and the wisdom of God. Because the foolish thing of God is wiser than men, and the weak thing of God is stronger than men. For we behold His calling of you brothers, that not many wise and of flesh labor are gone, not many powerful, not many of noble birth. God chose the foolish things of the world, that He might put the wise men to shame. And God chose the weak things of the world, that He might put the strong things to shame. And God chose the ignoble things of the world, and the things looked down upon, the things that are not, that He might bring to nothing the things that are, in order that no flesh might boast in the sight of God. But it is due to Him that you are in union with Christ Jesus, who has become to us wisdom from God, also righteousness and sanctification, and release by ransom, that it may be just as it is written,
is the key to both. Let me both and Jehovah. Chapter 51. This is what Jehovah has said. Here I am rousing up against Babylon and against the inhabitants of the Akemai, a ruinous wind. I will send to Babylon rulers who will certainly bring her, and who will make her land empty. But it will actually prove to be against her on all sides in the day of calamity. Let the one treading his bow do no treading, and let no one raise himself up in his coat of mail. And do not you men show any compassion for her young men, who rode to destruction all her army. And it was all slain in the land of the Chaldeans, and pierced through in her streets. For Israel and Judah are not widowed from their God, from Jehovah of armies. For the land of those has been full of guilt from the standpoint of the Holy One of Israel. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and provide escape each one for his own soul. Do not be rendered inward through her error, for it is the time of vengeance belonging to Jehovah. There is treatment that he is paying back to her. Babylon has put a golden cup in the hand of Jehovah, she making all the earth drunk. From her wine the nations have drunk. That is why the nations keep acting crazy. Suddenly Babylon has fallen, so that she is broken. Howl over her, you people. Take blessing for her pain. Perhaps she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she has not been healed. Leave her, you people, and let us go each one to his own land. For clear to the heavens your judgment has reached, and it has been lifted up to the cloudy sky. Jehovah has brought forth deeds of righteousness for us. Come, do let us recount in Zion the work of Jehovah our God. Polish the arrows, hold the circular shields, O men. Jehovah has aroused the spirit of the kings of the Medes, because it is against Babylon that his idea is, in order to bring her to ruin. For it is the vengeance of Jehovah, the vengeance for his temple. Against the walls of Babylon lift up a signal, make strong the watch, post the watchmen, make ready those lying in ambush. Jehovah both has formed the idea, and will certainly do what he has spoken against the inhabitants of Babylon. O woman residing on abounding waters, abundant in treasures, your end has come, the measure of your profit-making. Jehovah of armies has sworn by his own soul, I will fill you with men like the locusts, and will certainly sing forth as you are shouting. He is the maker of the earth by his power, the one firmly establishing the productive land by his wisdom, and the one who by his understanding stretched out the heavens. His voice there is a giving by him of a turmoil of waters in the heavens, and he causes vapors to ascend from the extremity of the earth. He has made even sluices for the rain, and brings forth the wind from his storehouse. Every man has behaved so unreasonably as not to know. Every metal worker will feel ashamed because of the carved image, for his motive which is a falsehood, and there is no spirit in them. They are menace, a work of mockery. The time they are being given attention, they will perish. The shore of Jacob is not like these things, for he is the former of everything, even the start of his inheritance. Jehovah of armies is his name. You are a club for me as weapons of war, and by you I shall certainly dash nations to pieces. By you I will bring kingdoms to ruin, and by you I will dash the horse and his rider to pieces, and by you I will dash the war chariot and its rider to pieces. By you I will dash man and woman to pieces. By you I will dash old man and boy to pieces. By you I will dash young man and virgin to pieces. And by you I will dash shepherd and his wool to pieces. And by you I will dash farmer and his span of animals to pieces. And by you I will dash governors and deputy rulers to pieces. And I will pay back to Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their burdens that they have committed in Zion before the eyes of you people. is the utterance of Jehovah. Here I am against you, O ruinous mountain, the utterance of Jehovah. You ruiner of the whole earth, and I will stretch out my hand against you, and roll you away from the crags, and make you a burnt-out mountain. And people will not take from you a stone for a corner, or a stone for foundations. This desolate waste is the time and death to what you have become, is the utterance of Jehovah. Lift up a signal in the land, O men. Blow a horn among the nations. Sanctify against her the nations. Summon against her the kingdoms of Ararat, Menai and Ashkenaz. Commission against your recruiting officer. Make the horses come up like bristling weapons. Sanctify against her the nations, the kings of Media, its governors, all its deputy rulers, and all the land of each one's dominion. And let the earth rock and be in severe pain, for against Babylon the thoughts of Jehovah have risen up to make the land of Babylon an object of astonishment without any inhabitants. The mighty men of Babylon have ceased to fight. They have kept sitting in the strong places. Their mightiness has run dry. They have become women. The residences have been set on fire. Her thighs have been broken. One runner runs to meet another runner. One reporter to meet another reporter, to report to the king of Babylon that his city has been captured at every end, and that the fords themselves have been seized, and that the pilot's boats they have burned with fire, and the men of war themselves have become disturbed. For this is what Jehovah, the God of Israel, has said. The daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor. It is the time to treasure down solid. Yet a little while, and the time of the harvest will come for her. Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, has eaten me up. He has thrown me into confusion. He has set me as an empty vessel. He has swallowed me down like a big snake. He has filled his abdomen with my pleasant things. He has rinsed me away. Violence done to me until my organism be upon Babylon. The inhabitants of Zion will say, and my blood be upon the inhabitants of Chaldea. Jerusalem will say. Therefore, this is what Jehovah has said. Here I am conducting your legal case, but I shall certainly execute vengeance for you. That will try her scheme. That will make her wells dry. Babylon must become piles of stone, the lair of jackals, an object of astonishment and something to whistle at without any inhabitant. Altogether it will roar just like many young lions. It will certainly growl like the whelps of lions. When they are heated, I shall set their banquets. I will make them drunk, in order that they may eat. And they will sleep an indefinitely lasting sleep, from which they will not wake up, is the utterance of Jehovah. I shall bring them down like male sheep to the slaughterhouse, and rams along with the heathens. Oh, how Shishak has been captured, and how the praise of the whole earth gets to be seized. How Babylon has become a mere object of astonishment among the nations. She has come up even with her Babylon, by the multitude of its waves she has inhabited. The cities have become an object of astonishment, a waterless land in a desert plain. The land in them no man will dwell, and through them no son of mankind will pass. I will turn my attention upon Babylon. I will bring forth out of his mouth what he has swallowed, and to him nations will stream no more. Also the wall itself of Babylon has fallen. Get out of the midst of her, O my people, and provide each one his soul with escape from the burning anger of Jehovah. For otherwise your heart will be timid, and you will become afraid because of the report that is to be heard in the land. And in 1 year the report will actually come, and after it in another year there will be the report of violence in the earth, and ruler against ruler. Therefore look, there are days coming, and I will turn my attention upon the great images of Babylon, and all her own land will become ashamed, and all her own slain ones will fall in the midst of her. Over Babylon, the heavens and the earth, and all that is in them will suddenly cry out joyfully, for out of the north they will come to her with the spoils, if the utterance of truth.
Not only was Babylon the cause for the slain ones of Israel to fall, but also that Babylon the slain ones of all the earth had fallen. You escape these from the sword. Keep going. Do not stand still. From far away, remember Jehovah. May Jerusalem herself come up in the earth. We have been put to shame, for we have heard reproach. Humiliation has covered our faces, for strangers have come against the holy places of the house of Jehovah. Therefore, look, there are days coming, declares the Lord. I will turn my attention upon her golden images, and throughout all her land, the pierced one will dwell on. Even if Babylon should ascend to the heavens, even if she should make the height of her strength unapproachable, for me the destroyers will come, is the utterance of Jehovah. There was an outcry from Babylon, and a great crash in the land of the Chaldeans, for Jehovah is destroying Babylon, and he will certainly destroy out of her a great voice, and their waves will actually be boisterous like many waters. The noise of their voice will certainly be given her. For they must come upon her, upon Babylon, the destroyer, and her mighty men will certainly be captured. Their bows must be shattered, for Jehovah is a God of recompenses. Without fail, he will repay. And I will make her princes and her wise ones, her governors and her deputy rulers, and her mighty men drunk. They sleep and indefinitely lasting sleep, from which they will not wake up. The utterance of the King whose name is Jehovah of armies. This is what Jehovah of armies has said. The wall of Babylon, although broad, will without fail be demolished, and her gates, although high, will be set aflame with fire. The peoples will have to toil for simply nothing, and national groups simply for the fire. They will thus tire themselves out. The word that Jeremiah the prophet commanded Sariah, the son of Neriah, the son of Messiah, when he went with Zedekiah the king of Judah to Babylon, in the 4th year of his being king. Sariah was the quartermaster. And Jeremiah proceeded to write in one book all the calamity that would come upon Babylon, even all these words written against Babylon. Furthermore, Jeremiah said to Sariah, as soon as you come to Babylon and actually see her, you are supposed to read aloud all these words. You must say, Oh, Jehovah, you yourself have spoken against this place, in order to cut it off so that there may come to be in it no inhabitant, either man or even domestic animal, but that she may become mere desolate wastes to time and death. It must occur when you have completed reading this book. You will tie to it a stone, and you must put it into the midst of the Euphrates. And you must say, this is how Babylon will sink down, and never rise up because of the calamities I am bringing in upon her. They will certainly tire themselves out. Down to this point, I will work with Jeremiah. Psalm 69, to the director of the letters, from David. Save me, O God, for the waters have come clear to the soul. I have sunk down in deep water, where there is no standing ground. I have come into profound waters, and the flowing stream itself has washed me away. When I become tired by my calling out, my throat has become hoarse. Eyes have failed while waiting for my God. Those hating me without cause have become even more than the hairs of my head. Those bringing me to silence, being my enemies for no reason, have become numerous. And I am not taken by robbery. I then proceeded to give back. O God, you yourself have come from my foolishness, and from you my own guiltiness has not been hidden. Oh, may those hoping in you not be ashamed because of me, O sovereign Lord Jehovah of armies. Oh, may those seeking you not be humiliated because of me, O God of Israel. For on your account I have borne reproach. Humiliation has covered my face. I have become one strange to my brothers, and a foreigner to the sons of my mother. For sheer zeal for your house has eaten me up, and the very reproaches of those reproaching you have fallen upon me. I proceeded to weep with the fasting of my soul, and it pained me for reproaches to me. When I made sackcloth my clothing, then I became to them a proverbial saying. Those sitting in the gate began concerning themselves about me, and I was the subject of the songs of drinkers and intoxicating liquor. But as for me, my prayer was to you, O Jehovah, as an acceptable time, O God. In the abundance of your love and kindness, answer me with the truth of salvation by you. Deliver me from the mire, that I may not sink down. Oh, may I be delivered from those hating me, and from the deep waters. Oh, may not the flowing stream of waters wash me away, nor the depths swallow me up, nor the well close its mouth over me. Answer me, O Jehovah, for your loving kindness is good. According to the multitude of your mercies, turn to me, and do not conceal your face from me. Because I am in sore straits, answer me quickly. Do come near to my soul, reclaim it. On account of my enemies, redeem me. You yourself have come to know my reproach and my shame, my humiliation. All those showing hostility to me are from you. Reproach itself has broken my heart, and the wound is incurable. And I kept hoping for someone to show sympathy, but there was none, and for comforters. But I found none. And for food they gave me a poisonous plant, and for my thirst they tried to make me drink vinegar. Let their table before them become a trap, and what is for their welfare a snare. Let their eyes become darkened so as not to see, and cause the very hips to wobble constantly. Pour out upon them your denunciation, and may your own burning anger overtake them. Let their walls yet become desolate, and their tents may there come to be no dweller. For the ones whom you yourself have struck they have pursued, and the pains of those pierced by you they keep recounting. Do give error upon their error, and may they not come into your righteousness. Let them be wiped out of the book of the living ones, and with the righteous ones may they not be written in. But I am mad and aching. May your own salvation, O God. I will praise the name of God with song, and I will magnify him with thanksgiving. This will also be more pleasing to Jehovah than a bull, and a young bull to like a horn splitting the hoof. The meek ones will certainly see it. Rejoice. You seeking God, let your heart also keep alive. For Jehovah is listening to the poor ones, and he will indeed not despise his very own prisoners. Let heaven and earth praise him, the seas and everything moving about in them. For God himself will save Zion, and will build the cities of Judah, and they will certainly dwell there and take possession of it. The offspring of his servants themselves will inherit it, and those loving his name will be the ones to reside in it. Psalm 66. To the director, a song, a melody. Shout in triumph to God, all you people of the earth. Make melody to the glory of his name. Render his praise glorious. Say to God, how fear-inspiring your works are. Because of the abundance of your strength, your enemies will come cringing to you. All people of the earth will bow down to you, and they will make melody to you. They will make melody to your name. Come, you people, and see the activities of God. His dealing with the sons of men is fear-inspiring. He has changed the sea into dry land. Through the river they went crossing over on foot. There we began to rejoice in him. He is ruling by his mightiness the time is definite. Upon the nations his own eyes keep watch. As for those who are stubborn, let them not be exalted in themselves. Bless our God, O you peoples, and cause the voice of praise to him to be heard. He is setting our soul in life, and he has not allowed our foot to totter. For you have examined us, O God. You have refined us when refining silver. You have brought us into a hunting net. You have put pressure on our hips. You have made mortal man to ride over our head. We have come through fire and through water, and you proceeded to bring us forth relief. I shall come into your house with all burnt offerings. I shall pay to you my vows, that my lips have opened up to say, and that my mouth has spoken when I was in sore straits. All the burnt offerings of fatness I shall offer unto you, with the sacrificial smoke of rams. I shall render up a bull when he goes. Come, listen, all you who fear God, and I will relate what he has done for my soul. To him I called with my mouth, and there was an extolling of my tongue. If I have regarded anything hurtful in my heart, Jehovah will not give me. Truly God has heard. He has paid attention to the voice of my prayer. Blessed be God, who has not turned aside my prayer. His loving kindness for me. Chapter 20. On one of the days while he was teaching the people in the temple and declaring the good news, the chief priests and the scribes of the older men came here, and they spoke up, saying to him, Tell us, by what authority you do these things, or who it is who gives authority. In reply, he said to them, I will also ask you a question, and you tell me, was the baptism of John from heaven, or from men? And among themselves they drew conclusions, saying, if we say from heaven, he will say, why is it you question me? But if we say from men, the people who are all will stone us, for they are persuaded that John was a prophet. So they replied that they did not know its source. And Jesus said to them, neither am I telling you by what authority I do these things. Then he started to tell the people this illustration. A man planted a vineyard and let it out to cultivators. He traveled abroad for a considerable time. But in this season he sent out a slave to the cultivators, that they might give him some of the fruit of the vineyard. The cultivators, however, sent him away empty after beating him up for it. But he repeated and sent them a different slave. That one also was beat up and dishonored and sent away empty. Yet again he sent a third. This one also they wounded and drew out. And this the owner of the vineyard said, What shall I do? I will send my son, the beloved. Likely they will respect this one. When the cultivators caught sight of him, they went reasoning to one another, saying, This is the heir. Let us kill him, that the inheritance may become ours. With that they threw him outside the vineyard and killed him. What, therefore, will the owner of the vineyard do to them? He would probably destroy these cultivators and remove the vineyard from others. Appearances, they said, these are made of heaven. But he looked around them and said, What then does this that is written mean? The stone which the builders rejected, this has become the chief cornerstone. Every one falling upon that stone will be shattered, and as for anyone upon whom it falls, it will pulverize him. Scribes and chief priests now sought to get their hands on him in that very hour. But fear the people, for they perceived that he took this illustration with them in mind. And, after observing his household, they sent out men secretly hired to pretend that they were righteous, in order that they might capture him in speech, so as to turn him over to the government and to the authority of the governor. And they questioned him, saying, Teacher, we know you speak and teach correctly and show no partiality, but you teach the word of God in line with truth. Is it lawful for us to pay tax to Caesar or not? But he detected their cunning and said to them, Surely you are married. Whose image and inscription is there? They said, Caesar's. He said to them, By all means then, pay back Caesar's things to Caesar, and God's things to God. Well, they were not able to set him in the sand before the people, but in amazement at his answer, they said nothing. However, some of the Sadducees, those who say there is no resurrection, came up and questioned him, saying, Teacher, Moses wrote us, if a man's brother dies having a wife, and this one remains childless, his brother should take the wife and raise up offspring from her for his brother. Accordingly, there were 7 brothers, and the first took a wife and died childless. So the second and the third took her. Likewise, even the 7, they did not leave children behind, but died off. Lastly, the women also died. Consequently, in the resurrection, of which one of them does she become the wife? There were 7 of her and his wife. Jesus said to them, The children of the system of things marry and are given in marriage. But those who would be counted worthy of gaining that system of things, and the resurrection from the dead, neither marry nor are given in marriage. In fact, neither can they die anymore, for they are like the angels, and they are God's chosen by being children of the resurrection. But that the dead are raised up, even Moses disclosed, in the account about the foundation, when he calls Jehovah the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and God of Jacob. He is a God, not of the dead, but of the living, for they are all living with you. In response, I was Christ, Teacher, you spoke well. For no longer did they have the courage to ask him a single question. In turn, he said to them, How is it they say that the Christ is David's son? For David himself says in the book of Psalms, Jehovah was said to my Lord, Sit at my right hand until I place your enemies as a stool for your feet. David, therefore, calls him Lord. So how is he his son? Then when all the people were listening, he said to the disciples, Look out for the tribes who desire to walk around in rows, and like greeting in the marketplaces, and front seats in the synagogues, and most prominent places to eating tables, and who devour the houses of the widows, and for a pretense make long prayers. These will receive a heavier judgment. Chapter 4. To Jonah, though, it was highly displeasing, and he got to be hot with anger. Hence he prayed to Jehovah and said, Ah, now, O Jehovah, was not this an affair of mine, when I hadn't been on my own ground? That is why I went ahead and ran away to Tarshish, for I knew that you are a God gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and abundant in loving kindness, and feeling regret over calamity. And now, O Jehovah, take away, please, my soul from me, for my dying is better than my being alive. In turn, Jehovah said, Have you rightly become hot with anger? Then Jonah went out of the city and sat down east of the city, and gradually made for himself there a booth, that he might sit under it in the shade, till he would see what would become of the city. Accordingly, Jehovah God appointed a buffalo or plant, that should come up over Jonah, in order to become a shade over his head, deliver him from his calamitous state. Jonah began to rejoice greatly over the buffalo plant. But the true God appointed Abraham at the standing of the door on the next day, that it should strike the buffalo plant, and gradually dried up. And it came about that as soon as the sun shone forth, God also went on to the point of parting east wind, and the sun kept striking upon the head of Jonah, so that he was swooning away, and he kept asking that his soul might die. And he repeatedly said, My dying off is better than my being alive. And God proceeded to say to Jonah, Have you rightly become hot with anger over the buffalo plant? But he said, I have rightly become hot with anger to the point of death. But Jehovah said, You, for your part, felt sorry for the buffalo plant which you did not fall upon, or make it big, which proved to be a mere growth for the night, and perished as a mere growth for the night. And for my part, ought I not to feel sorry for Nineveh, the great city, in which there exist more than 120,000 men who do not at all know the difference between their right hand and their left, besides many domestic animals? Chapter 6. And the word of Jehovah continued to occur, saying, Son of man, set your face toward the mountains of Israel and prophesy to them. You must say, O mountains of Israel, hear the word of the sovereign Lord Jehovah. This is what the sovereign Lord Jehovah has said to the mountains, and to the hills, to the stream beds, and to the valleys. Here I am. I am bringing upon you a sword, but I shall certainly destroy your high places. Your altars must be made desolate, and your incense stands must be broken. I will cause your slain ones to fall before your dying idols. And I will put the carcasses of the sons of Israel before their dying idols. I will scatter your bones all around your altars. And all your dwelling places, the very cities, will become devastated, and the high places themselves will become desolated, in order that they may lie devastated, and altars may lie desolated, and be actually broken, and your dummy idols may be actually made to cease, and your incense stands cut down, and your work wiped out. And the slain one will certainly fall in the midst of you, and you will have to know that I am Jehovah.
And when it occurs, I will let you have the remnants, the ones escaping from the sword among the nations, when you get scattered among the lands. And your escaped ones will certainly remember me among the nations to which they will have been taken captive, because I have been broken up of their fornicating heart that is satisfied with me, and of their eyes that are going into fornication after their dummy idols. And they will certainly feel the loathing in their faces of the bad things that they have done in all their detestable things. And they will have to know that I am Jehovah. Not in vain did I speak about doing to them this calamitous thing. This is what the sovereign Lord Jehovah has said. Clap your hands and stamp with your foot and say, Alas! On account of all the bad, detestable things of the house of Israel, because by the sword, by the famine, and by the pestilence they will fall. As for the one far away, by the pestilence he will die. And as for the one that is nearby, by the sword he will fall. And as for the one that has been left remaining, and that has been safeguarded, by the famine he will die. And I will bring to its finish my reign against them. And you people will have to know that I am Jehovah. When their strange ones come to you in the midst of their dummy idols, all around their altars, on every high hill, on all the tops of the mountains, and under every luxuriant tree, and under every branching fig tree, place where they have offered a restful odor, all their dummy idols. I will stretch out my hand against them, and make the land a desolate place, even a desolation worse than the wilderness toward Diblah, in all their dwelling places. And they will have to know that I am Jehovah. Chapter 22.